Zero damage whatsoever. Oh my. Yeah, I like Bubble, by the way. Just does pretty good stuff. Like, what the hell is that? So a few runs back, I had a pretty early navigation inflation, and it was really enjoyable. So I just want to do some like base Peglin and try and repeat that process. I mean, starting passive reduce, refuse, recycle doesn't exactly achieve that, but in theory it is extra gold generation. So hopefully I get something to help that out. Yeah, it would just be nice to do some absolute classic runs. I think the last time I did this, I got like summoning circles and stuff, which it's always fun when you do, right? But it's definitely a bit on the stronger side. Speaking of a bit on the stronger side, it looks like we are not hitting our bombs. Quite unfortunate. Finally. Lovely stuff. Technically incorrect targeting. Okay, missing that bomb still. It'll be fine. Okay, so anything above 50 gold, as I like to say, is good. 56 is quite decent. Shock Absorber, I was very impressed by the run recently, where it really just actually won me the fight. That won me the run, just because Sapper Sack can deal a lot of damage to you. But I don't think picking it up early on is a particularly good idea. Even if it is a good orb, it's the kind of orb that wants pretty specific stuff. Alright, let's start hitting this stuff now. The Blammo. 77. Definitely do it. Oh my god. A little bit more, but it looks like that's not going to happen. Wow. Or I could turn it down. I do kind of want to turn it down, but also like because it has multiple and it deals no damage, it's like one of the best greed orbs in the game. It's actually kind of insane just how good a greed it is. Then try and fun combo with multiple, so we'll just take it. We do not particularly need the circle. I got this map again. That's so boring. This is definitely one of my maps that I don't really enjoy at all. So getting it again is not exactly the kind of thing I was hoping for. But oh well. Good stuff. Okay, well that's one bomb rock. I guess let's just try and aim for this one. We do have the potion ball, which is multi-ball, which should increase our chance of hitting a bomb. In theory. In practice, we'll have to see if it does. Kablamo. 99. Yeah, something tells me I want perhaps one more cash. Luckily, it's never really too hard to do that. You just do a shot like this. Yep, and you lose some health. Ta-da. Okay, I definitely still just don't want that. If we're talking greed... what, it's probably just these two? Or maybe it's these two? I mean... Sorry, these two. Look, if we're talking greed, it's an orbit story. Although it's still just really bad. And if we're talking these two, it's probably decoy orb. But we're probably going to hit a thing, so like... Is it really? But whatever. Oh, I popped a bomb post-combat. In fact, I popped two of them. It's actually quite cool. I didn't need to go to the shop later on, so I'm fine to not, but I think I still will be. No bombs? Okay. It's fine, it's just would have been nice to take one less hit. It really doesn't matter what boss we find. Okay, yeah. It should not matter, simply. Okay, lightning orb. Let's just start doing this, I'd say. Did I take ambidextrate in? Oh wow, that was a garbage shot. There we go. That's the kind of thing I was aiming for. Yeah, I just wanted a bit more cash, and you'll notice it's just like not as good as navigation inflation for getting you cash after combat, which is unfortunate. Like, it's a passive that's multiplied by navigation inflation, unfortunately, and it doesn't really exist on its own. Which is why I do have a bit of an issue with it, but it is a solid enough passive to where it can kind of get away with it. But personally, I'd say it should be changed a small bit. I don't think there's much reason for why it shouldn't give you cash in combat, to be honest. That's the main thing behind it. Because, like, bomb comps are going to abuse it? Sure, but, like, they always are. Like, that's kind of what you expect. And also, having a good cash gen for bomb comps isn't exactly the worst idea. So what? Believe we hit a bomb. That's good enough for me. I'd happily accept this fortification too. Right, let's start getting those upgrades because cash stuff. Look, health is a resource, am I right? Oh, if we hit one healing peg, that's actually almost equivalent health loss. Whoa. I mean, Spinception Grubby Gloves would have been amazing, but I didn't know that. And also, like, greed, so, you know. Plus 7 max HP, very, very nice. We definitely don't need the healing from it, that's the thing. In theory, you should be a treasure node. Sure, show me your treasure node. Okay, I mean, that's a treasure in my eyes. I'd happily take that over a fight, despite the fact that the fight, in theory, should be giving cash. We missed the bomb, which is ideal. Yeah, really good stuff. We should just be melting these enemies with poison too. Okay. So, that's actually good to know. I did not know that. So when you poison, and then you skip their turn with decoy orb, they don't actually take poison damage. It's like, it's the pegs being poisoned, so it's not as intuitive as you would expect like poison to be. Like Spinfection, that would make sense. Which it honestly may not even do that for Spinfection, but I think it does. But that's not the case. Anyway, it's just interesting. Yeah, I think I'll just do this. Will I? Yes. Kinda just doesn't work out the way you want it to. Alright, I won't. Which is fine. My refreshes are very well hidden. Flammo, poison, and then let's do this shot, just get a bunch of pick upgrades, ideally collect all of the cash that was initially on the map, and then maybe we even hit a crit. I mean, if we hit the crit, yeah. Then that happens, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot of stuff that's really quite good here. Stacked Orbicus Overwhammer. I think we will just take Overwhammer, it's not too shabby. Yeah, so pretty minimal. Oh, we're just at full health. This is why I said that our health doesn't matter and it's very much a resource, because Potion Bolt gives us a ton of healing, like just a really, really good amount. I shoot like this because with the refreshes on the other side, we just want to be collecting maximum cash possible, full stop. Our refreshing capabilities are pretty minimal, like we have 2 refreshes on the board, which is obviously very ideal. But apart from that, we don't really have too much. 452 down to 0 poison on that. Oh, not what I was expecting. But we do have Overwhammer and stuff, and Adventure Rainbow, so like, there's nothing to worry about. We can very easily burn through the tree if we wanted to. Which, you know, maybe I do. That is cool, I've never seen that shot before. Yeah, that's more the kind of thing I was aiming for. No refresh. That's just impressive. Good job. Alright, let's get some adventure and upgrading. Maybe even some bombs. Either way, some healing, and most importantly, some cash. Yeah, discard that because then you're going to move, and yeah, you're dead. Not much you can do, unfortunately. Adventure has just been having its pigs upgrading constantly while I've been shooting my potion bolt. Unpretentious Amulet. Unfortunately, we're not playing Crucible, otherwise there'll be one less crit on the board, and because of our passes, that would indeed work out. But okay, wow, 319 cash. I did not notice that. That is very cool. Either way, having an extra layer of multi-ball for our very much like multi-ball orb is quite solid. I do kind of regret not having the ambidextrony. That would have been nice to have the extra discard at this point, but oh well. It's definitely like the correct play if you're actually playing difficulty, I'd say, to not take ambidextrity there, unless you want to like do the classic creed land, right? Where like, you know, I only win if I high roll, so I'll just buy it. But if you're not going to be doing that, I mean, yeah, it's just not worth it, right? So I'll just take my one shot. But yeah, default orb is obviously very solid. It's just pretty sure that it wasn't exactly the correct pick. Okay, wow, I basically just missed both the refreshes there. Interesting stuff. We're not getting poison damage either, which is fine. Poison damage is more like something that can be a bit neat. Like there was that fight that it mattered earlier, but most of the time you shouldn't expect it to do too much. Especially not the orb. The orb is pretty bad if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've used it though, so maybe better, but I don't think so. Okay, yeah. We're now actually starting to get the poison damage. Maybe it just takes a bit, I don't know. 50 damage, we halved it. Lovely stuff. Either way, because we have Matryoshka Shell or Brazian, is actually mildly interesting because of earlier I did see the unpretentious amulet option. So if I'd taken it, maybe it would have been something cool. But generally, multi-ball is not exactly the best recipe for success for a circle comp, especially when you still have a crit on the board. Now the enemies are small, we can just hit the bombs. One more. Oh well. Might as well. I don't particularly gain too much for delaying the fight, so I'm not going to. Let's just take our shop. Hopefully we haven't messed up navigation too much. I don't think we should have, but yeah, okay, looks like we're fine. Right after this. Thank you. Close, but not close enough. Look at our shop. We do have indeed a ton of cash. Nothing too crazy though. Not at all. Maybe I should remove the Dagob for the event. Refresh shield wouldn't be bad. Nice. Good stuff. Okay, wow. I mean, look, that's basically what I wanted, eh? Wow. Honestly, I'd be fine to go to the shop here. But I think, in an ideal world, I'm not going to be. That's a lot of bombs. I did not actually need to hit that many bombs on the first shot, but sure. Oh yeah, Refresh Shield 2 is actually really, really nice. Oh, we have Refresh Shield Refloss with Stone, which means if we wanted to do Reload Comp, we'd be generating money, which means if we got Navigation Inflation, the entire board would be money afterwards. We have Crossbow as well, so we can't like get cheesed by the boss, so that's good. Like, I swear I'm just getting tons and tons of cash. It's so nice. I know I just did a morbidorb run, but it's so tempting to pick up. So tempting. Yes, no. I mean, like, it's such a yes all, right? Why would I not want it? Yeah, it is such a yes all, that's the thing. You can even upgrade it because we have the cash. Oh no. I took 2 health. Super boots. I mean, look, it's not like the other one's going to do anything, so sure. But maybe we even get enhanced it so we can start catching our own chests later. Right now I care about my navigation much more though, so I'd rather not do too much. Give me easy refresh, please. Wow, that is not an easy refresh. Looks like I'll do this then. Yeah, that's not exactly where I was hoping the refresh would be. But the good news is, I'm getting just tons of upgrades and I keep getting my morbid before my punchable. That is really not the way I want it. One of the nice things about morbid is once we start actually getting the damage increases on it. Okay, thank you. That's what I was asking for. Then going to be dealing a lot more positive damage. Right now we just have negative damage on it, so it's not doing too much, which is fine. But yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm more expecting from it, especially once we start getting some. 400 shouldn't be too much of an ask whatsoever. We definitely have enough healing to just deal with stuff as well. Critting. I don't particularly care about any of that, to be honest. Yeah, now we've got a 1-4. We've even got a bunch of garbage. Primal Frost is not too bad though, so I will just accept it. But yeah, we have so much healing, I don't have too much to be worried about in that regard. That's almost all of the bombs. Now that's all of the bombs. Yep, and like I said, this is getting a ton of damage. It doesn't even need to hit the crit anymore as well, which is just awesome. Okay, so the big thing I would love to do this run is I still don't actually know the answer. Is does double morbid work? Because if double morbid works, it's actually very cool. Like, it's actually like worth going for, and I should definitely pick up the morbid orb more than. If it doesn't, then you know, it's just a bit unfortunate. 554. Yeah, we're just generating so much cash. It feels like Philosopher's Stone is such a good way to do it. And what I said at the start really just. Now let's shoot these. Pretty sure they should just be getting very good damage consistently, especially since it's 2 orbs. A loose circle. The loose circle is an interesting orb, but this is definitely not the run for it. Do you know what I mean by we just have so much healing? Like, that's our post-combat healing, and we basically don't end the fights on low health. Our AoE is more than good. We have Overwhelmer and we have Armor of Frost, so we do not need to be worried about that front. So many procs. We have so many opportunities as well because we have this many procs. There's a lot of things that become very good with it. Also, like, this damage is just excellent. This is what I mean by it's just like the 1-2 upgrades on a Morbid. It does make it so that you do want to be upgrading the Morbid ASAP once you find it. But once you find it, it's quite worth it. It's a lot of procs. Oh, same with Potion Ball. Potion Ball is just so good. And it's definitely an orb that you would also want to upgrade pretty soon once you found it. Can I please have my Morbid, because that's a fun way to finish the fight. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think I got a ton of cash in that fight too, which is always nice. Well, look, if the generator didn't start, I'd take it. How about that? Sounds like a good deal, eh? Alright, our options here. Refreshing Constricting Chains, Kinetic Meteorite. I think we only have one option here, which is we get to shoot 4 Morbid Orbs. That sounds fun. Maybe we can even get it to the 8 margin, and then also we can chuck in Summoning Circle shenanigans, which should be pretty good. Obviously, like, not being able to aim where we want, kind of unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be fine. Like, even just fights like this, we should just get pretty good stuff happening. How's that for Morbid? Yeah, Summoning Circle into Morbid is just very, very cool. It's not cool as this pebble in my deck. Look, I do want cash, but also, like, I'd be happy if you just went through. I'd accept either. Randomly remove half your orbs. Eventually we have good orb, good orb, good orb. So it's probably not worth doing it. We will just grab a mirror orb. Sometimes it can even be a summoning circle, which is definitely the best outcome. And you know, like, Morbid isn't too bad either. That was a pretty decent first shot. So what happens when you double the number of orbs you're shooting? And like, that's a map where you definitely can't take a particularly good first shot, so you're just fine taking whatever first shot, and Constricting Chains, that's the whole point of the downside. Apparently targeting to go anywhere is rather tough, but looks like I got there. Minus 53 max HP for infinite healing? Yeah, but why? Like, I just don't need it. Hopefully I can navigate properly right now. It is questionable, but you know, I thought that was a pretty good shot. We do get the final remove that we care about. I should check what the map wants. Contribute is fine. The map wants me to go far right, whatever. Look, I can do that, that's fine. I just want a shot, and it's a bit of a shame that I didn't get more shots. So if I duplicate a random orb and I hit this, I'm happy. If I duplicate a random orb and I hit anything else, I'm not the happiest. Consider this. Honestly, let's just do this. No, I'll do this. Oh, I got the summoning circle, you do. Okay. That's nice. It's the main reason why it's so insane. Oh yeah, well I mean I've got to take this one. Is because I have a mirror orb in my deck, which means the chance that it goes onto a summoning circle is now even higher. Also, I'd love to have 2 discards. But yeah, the vitamin C is actually really good, and I definitely should have considered it a bit more. The pumpkin pie gives me the opportunity to shoot more shots, which is just so fun. Speaking of so fun, I have to pick it up. It's so fun, what can I say? Definitely like the best orb in the game, full stop, for a pure fun factor. And it actually also just does a really good job. So we do get this fight, which is going to be interesting. I doubt it's going to matter too much because we just have a really good setup. But we are going to definitely be taking a few hits. So let's see how it turns out. We are more of an upgrading comp. Like the adventure finder we picked up is definitely helping out quite a lot for what we want to achieve. So this should be good. Yeah. I mean, once we get a good shot, like, boom. It's really not too hard. There is a nice button. That would have been good if it was much earlier. Unfortunately, it's not. We get a recombobulator. Yeah, there's really just only one pick here though, because crits also refreshing the board is absolutely insane for us. That's 2 extra refreshes on the board. When you look at how many orbs we're shooting, the chances that we're hitting that refresh, really high. That means garbage. Look, I don't think Orbis Story is proc like once. Like, what is this garbage? Anyway, that's all good stuff. I could choose to get rid of the potion board here, but I don't want to. That doesn't sound too fun. It's just a good orb, and technically I turned down the healing, so I actually do kind of need it. Like, even after this fight, I'm not even going to be that full health. I don't take 0 damage whatsoever. Oh my. I like Bubble, by the way. It just does pretty good stuff. Like, what the hell is that? Oh man, this is enjoyable. I lost the starting clip. Just average 3000 damage. Like, what? I thought my health was slightly lower. Oh, actually, that's kind of cool for post-combat healing, because you're hitting more pigs. Interesting. Right, my first shot is definitely not the best, but I think it's still pretty good. It looks like we definitely get at least 2 kills, and I think our next shot will do pretty well. Kind of a shame though that we can only get 1 kill per shot though. 1 kill per shot for the next 2 shots. Really unfortunate, and it's probably not worth it shooting the rubble this time, and we'll just shoot the morbid. And it was definitely a correct call to pick it up, eh? It's been doing very well. Ah, right, I even picked up the refresher cost. That's probably why they've been scaling so much. I didn't actually check how much scaling I got in the previous comment. Wall. This is nothing. Like, if you look at how much gold I got, this many passives is like nothing. I really did miss on my shops, didn't I? Like, just so few shops, which is really impressive. Starting reduce, refuse, recycle is it's not worth it as a starting passive, honestly. I really don't know how much extra cash it gave, and like, I think I got infinitely more than the Reflossers from the Reflossers time. But yeah, our boss passives were just double multiple, and then the orbs in our deck were very good with double multiple orbs. But yeah, picking up the Morbidorb is just a really good idea. I liked that early potion board I picked up as well. It was really nice. It's definitely something good to do when you're playing high Cruci, just because, you know, like the healing it provides is really good, as well as the multi-ball has lots of uses. The Morbidorb, I definitely should be picking it up more. It's quite cool. But in the end, getting the duplication on that summoning circle really was just perfect, especially with the mirror orb in my deck.